I think my English would be better if I was learning just English. And in fact, do you have like any good advice on how to improve your vocabulary? Because I feel like I'm stuck because I've been learning a bunch of words and most of them I don't see often, so it kind
Mm,
of I kind of forget it. And also, what would you say is the
yeah.
best way to improve your vocabulary?
Well, honestly, I know English has a lot of vocabulary that we don't really use every day. So, I could see that being discouraging because you're learning things and they're not getting
Yeah,
reinforced. But I have to say, I don't think you have a problem with your vocabulary, just talking with you. Definitely
cool.
not. I know I'm not the only tutor to tell you this. There's no
Yeah,
way.
you're not, you're not, and I'm
Um,
very pleased.
yes, you should be. I know you've worked really hard to get this level. But yeah, just keep up doing what you're doing because you already have an amazing level of vocabulary. I wouldn't change anything about your process.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's incredible. You've actually inspired me because I told you I live in Mexico and I have upper, the B2 level in Spanish, but I want to learn a third language now and I thought of you. I'm like, he's learning 4 or 5, so I can learn 3. Like
Yeah,
if you can do it.
if you want, I can teach you Portuguese. It'd be okay for me.
Yeah. I don't know what to learn. It's a hard decision. I love how
Portuguese,
Portuguese
Portuguese,
sounds.
Portuguese. Choose
Oh,
Portuguese.
it would, yeah, I think we talked a
Oh,
little about what was it called? Portunol? Like when you mix.
Portunhol, Portunhol.
Uh
But
that's probably gonna happen for
look
me.
at the bright side. If you speak Portuguese, you're gonna be able to come to Brazil. We've got like almost 300 million people, and we've got a lot of beaches. We've got soccer. We've got carnival. We've got a
Good
lot of
food,
good food. So
amazing fruits. Yeah.
it's a no-brainer. You should learn Portuguese.
Oh, a no-brainer. I love that phrase. My dad
Yeah, me
uses that
too.
all the time.
Oh my
It's so
gosh,
good.
that's like a how do you say old people use that? Old people?
I don't know. It's not just older people, but
Uh
sometimes people like they just pick a phrase that they use all the time. Like for me, it's wow. Like I say wow a lot. And it's kind of my trademark, I guess, is saying wow. And my dad, he says no brainer. What else does he say? Oh, my dad loves saying slow it down to 90. Have you heard that phrase before?
no, never.
Yeah, he'll say, "Oh, wow, slow it down to 90." Like, cause that's really fast, at least in miles per
Uh,
hour.
yeah, I
Oh, this
think
is an go ahead.
go on.
This is another example because we don't use kilometers in America, so or in the
Yeah.
US.
Oh, in fact, there's one thing that I never really learned in English, the how to measure things, you know. For example, you always say like feet, like 1 feet,
Yes,
like for height,
inches.
you say like, oh, 6 feet, 6 foot. Yeah,
Yep.
I think, yeah, maybe I think I am 6.4 foot. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, that's really
In,
tall.
in
You could be a
Portuguese,
basketball player.
it's like 1 meter and 90. It's because I never
Okay.
really learned how to say this kind of thing in English. It's like, yeah, I have to learn it.
Mm. Yeah, it's annoying. I wish the United States would switch over to the metric system
Also
because we use
the Also the dates.
yeah.
You're like the only people in the world that use like month,
Mhm.
day, and year.
Yeah, it's really confusing. We use gallons, we use quarts and all of these outdated measurements, feet, inches, miles. Yeah. So it's hard.
It's
Celsius, we use Fahrenheit, we don't use Celsius. So
yeah, it's kind of complicated. Why did you guys choose that?
I don't know, but I wish we could switch over. Okay, well, we're out of time. It was great to see you again.
Oh, sad. That's sad.
Yeah. Okay.
Time flies.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll see you next time.